This is the BassForecast bait breakdown on the Carolina rig. In this short video, we're gonna cover these 5 topics: key features, top tips, matching forage, rod, reel, and line, and hook set. Let's start with the key features. The Carolina rig is one of the oldest tricks in the bass fishing book, and here are its components. The first part is a soft plastic lure, either a creature bait like a lizard or any variety of worm, but make sure you rig it Texas style. But the unique part is that the weight on this rig is not up against the soft plastic like a traditional weighted Texas rig. It is instead pegged up the line a foot to 3 foot away from your soft plastic. This is traditionally rigged by placing the weight on your line, tying on a swivel, and then a lighter leader line to your hook in soft plastic. But I prefer to use a plastic weight stopper. That way my length of leader can be variable on the fly. If I want it to be 1 foot, 2 foot, or 3 foot, I can change it at a moment's notice. Now, as far as the weight and the leader length go, the shallower you are, you wanna go lighter on the weight and shorter on the leader length, and vice versa. Deeper, the heavier and longer. So 1 foot to 3 foot is a good range for leader lengths, and 1/4 ounce to 3/4 ounce is a good weight range. The retrieval with the Carolina rig is super simple. Let me teach you the steps. Step number 1 is to make a long cast over your area. Step number 2 is to let it sink all the way to the bottom. That's the key with the Carolina rig. You want it to be sitting on the bottom as you retrieve it. And step 3, once you're sure it's there, engage your reel in your slack, and then lower your rod tip and just slowly drag, feeling everything down there, every rock, every stick, every bump, and hopefully every fish as well. Again, a slow sideways drag with your rod tip angled down. Now, when it comes to location with the Carolina rig, where's the best place to throw it? Well, it excels around hard bottom, specifically rock. So ledges, drop-offs, rock piles, anything like that, a Carolina rig can work. And it can also work anywhere a soft plastic worm or creature bait can, with the exception of flipping and pitching. So find the BassForecast recommended location, and then on those locations, try to find hard bottom, specifically rock, cast a Carolina rig, and you will catch fish. Totally matching any forage species that bass are eating with a soft plastic creature bait is basically impossible unless your bass are actively eating lizards or something that looks like a lizard. So instead, let's focus this discussion on color selection. If you're fishing in clear water, go with your more natural hues, your green pumpkins, your watermelons, and vice versa. In dirty water, your flashy and contrasty, your chartreuses, your black and blues, your motor oils. You're gonna have a lot more success if you learn to throw the right color in the right area, as opposed to trying to match any kind of forage species. Now, of course, if your fish are eating baitfish, yes, throw a soft plastic jerkbait or a white soft plastic on your Carolina rig. But for the most part, like I mentioned, it is a creature bait and worm thing, and in that case, just focus on picking the right color. The rod, the reel, and line for a Carolina rig is definitely a bit beefier than your average Texas rig, worm, or jig combo. We recommend a longer than average baitcaster rod, 7.3 to 7.6, heavy power, and that is good to make long casts and get good, strong hook sets on those long casts. To pair with that rod, you want a fast gear ratio baitcasting reel, and in terms of line size, a heavy leader line. I'm talking 40, 50 pound braid or 20 pound fluorocarbon line to your swivel, and then to a 17 or 15 pound fluorocarbon leader. And if you're using a weight stopper like I am, I just go straight 17 pound fluorocarbon line. Now let's discuss the Carolina rig's hook set, because it is super simple. If you're dragging your Carolina rig, you're gonna be feeling the rocks, the sticks, every bump down there on the bottom, and then all of a sudden, something will feel different. You could feel a thump from the bass biting, but most often, you're just gonna kind of feel some gummy pressure. That is most likely a bite. It's time to set the hook. So in that case, reel your slack in, point your rod tip at that lure, at the fish, and then in a strong, smooth, hard motion, set the hook up and sideways, and as long as you keep the pressure on throughout the fight, you're gonna land almost every Carolina rig fish that bites. We hope this video gives you more confidence in using the Carolina rig so you can adapt to the conditions and catch more bass. And I'll see you out on the water.